Let's return now to our story on Macedonia, which has declared a state of emergency and called out the army to try to control the influx of refugees and migrants. Well, joining us now from Sarajevo is Ivana Jordana-Vaska. She is a pro-democracy activist who lives close to Macedonia's northern border with Hungary, which is one of the main exit points for refugees. Thanks for being with us on the programme. Perhaps you could start by telling us of what you've seen on that border.
It's completely horrible. I mean, to see all these people, a couple of months ago, we would only see men and young boys passing the border and trying to cross into Serbia. But nowadays, it's more and more women, more and more children, more and more elderly people. They are tired. They are often walking long distances on foot. Their sanitary conditions are devastating. And in general, it's a humanitarian disaster happening as we speak.
What is the Macedonian government doing, if anything, to help them?
Well, it's not only the Macedonian government, but generally governments. Everyone is standing on its own. Everyone is trying to develop policies. And what we're seeing today, the reaction of the Macedonian government, is actually part of a chain reaction that's been happening throughout Eastern Europe and the Western Balkans. Hungary built a wall. Hungary and Serbia together have police patrols on the border with Macedonia, between Serbia and Macedonia. So the response from the Macedonian government is just trying to keep the refugees out of its borders, because once they enter, if they're not able to cross into Serbia because of, let's say, the police patrols, then they will stay in Macedonia. Macedonia does not have the capacity to host all these refugees. So this is the reason why the law on asylum has been changed 2 months ago and why the current state of emergency has been declared.
And do you think that state of emergency will actually stop any more refugees getting into Macedonia, or will they find other ways?
Refugees will always find other ways, and Macedonia knows very well, the government knows very well, that there are enough criminals and there are enough people willing to do criminal offenses in order to gain some money, to earn some money from the refugees. And the refugees are desperate enough to give their last euro cents to these criminals in order to cross the border. So in the end, nobody wins. They will not stop the refugees crossing through these countries, and they will not actually help the refugees. The only people, actually losing the most will be the refugees.
Macedonia itself, as you've said, though, isn't the final destination. It's not where the refugees themselves want to end up. Where are they actually heading for?
They're heading towards the European Union, most of them either the UK or Germany. This is really just a passing point for them. In June, the government changed the law on asylum, allowing them to apply for temporary asylum that would last for 3 days so that they can cross the country. They are aware that actually none of the refugees wants to stay in Macedonia, but they need legal means to cross through Macedonia.
And it's all part of a wider debate, isn't it, within Europe itself, that these migrants, these refugees, as you say, most of them want to get to members of the European, such as the UK, such as Germany, but those countries aren't having to deal with just so many refugees actually arriving on their borders.
I'm not sure, are they able to, do they want to? In general, the issue is Europe-wide. It's not only within the EU, it's also the countries which are bordering the European Union. For now, we have seen an enormous lack of leadership on the part of the European Union. They have been unable to come up with a common solution that would be acceptable and implemented by all the European Union member states, as well as the countries that are surrounding the European Union, which results into nation-only policies, so every nation for itself. When you have every nation for itself, what you get is that the problem is not solved. This is not an issue that can be solved intergovernmentally. It needs to be solved on the territory of the entire Europe, not only European Union.
Really good to get your thoughts. Ivana Jordana-Vaska joining us there from Sarajevo. Thanks for your time.